You're looking at a sleek Grand Tourer with nearly 900 horsepower, a projected 400-mile range, and a build quality so rigid it rivals a carbon fiber supercar. That's the new 2026 Polestar 5. But here's the shocking part. To achieve this level of design and rear seat space, Polestar deliberately removed the rear window. It's an electric GT designed for executive travel, long-haul comfort, and serious performance, yet it breaks a 100-year-old car design rule. Does this radical choice improve the experience, or is it a major ergonomic mistake for long-distance drivers? We've got the answer. For years, the high-end electric car market has been a contest between the established German giants and the newer Silicon Valley disruptors. Now, Polestar, the Swedish-born electric performance brand with roots in Volvo, is stepping onto the main stage with its new flagship, the 2026 Polestar 5. This is not just another handsome EV. It is the production version of the striking Precept concept, marking Polestar's most ambitious move yet into the executive Grand Tourer segment, aiming directly at the Porsche Taycan and Lucid Air. The Polestar 5 is significant because it is the company's first model to use a wholly bespoke, bonded aluminum chassis, a technique typically reserved for low-volume supercars. Polestar claims this exotic structure delivers a torsional rigidity greater than most two-seat sports cars, which translates directly into a more solid, secure, and potentially more comfortable long-distance ride. We are reviewing a car that promises the best of two worlds: Scandinavian minimalist design and uncompromising engineering integrity. But can this 884 horsepower, long-range GT truly deliver the premium comfort and lasting quality that executive buyers demand? Or will its radical design choices prove too much of a compromise? Let's take a closer look. The Polestar 5's striking silhouette isn't just for looks, it's an engineering statement. It begins with the design, a sleek, four-door Grand Tourer with a fastback roofline, an aesthetic Polestar calls a four-door GT. It's long, low, and wide, looking more like a fighter jet than a typical family sedan. This commitment to form is what gave us our most surprising feature: the missing rear window. In its place is a structural beam and a roof-mounted camera feeding a high-definition screen where the rear-view mirror should be. While radical for style, the engineering benefit is significant. It allowed Polestar to maintain that sweeping roofline while simultaneously improving rear passenger headroom, a crucial factor in an otherwise low-slung EV. For our audience, confidence in the quality starts underneath the skin. Here is where the Polestar 5 truly distinguishes itself. It sits on Polestar's first-ever bespoke platform, known as the Polestar Performance Architecture, featuring a bonded aluminum chassis. This isn't your average car structure. The bonding process delivers structural rigidity that Polestar confidently compares to a carbon fiber supercar. On the road, this translates directly to a feeling of incredible solidity and quiet composure. Less flex, less vibration, and a more controlled, premium ride quality. Underpinning this structure is a suspension system tuned for long-range cruising. The dual-motor version uses advanced passive dampers, but the performance model we are looking at features MagneRide adaptive dampers. These dampers use a magnetic fluid to adjust their firmness in milliseconds, reading the road up to 1,000 times per second. This system expertly manages the car's 2.5-ton mass, keeping body roll minimal through corners while providing a soft, accommodating ride on uneven highway pavement, the definition of long-range comfort. As a Grand Tourer, the Polestar 5 needs to handle continental distances efficiently. The dual-motor variant targets over 400 miles on the WLTP cycle, translating to a competitive 350-plus miles of EPA estimated range for the long haul. Even the monstrous 884 horsepower performance version manages an estimated 351 miles, WLTP. The real game changer for long trips is the 800-volt architecture. This cutting-edge tech allows the Polestar 5 to charge at speeds up to 350 kilowatts, meaning you can add a massive chunk of range in the time it takes to grab a coffee, specifically going from 10 to 80% charge in just over 20 minutes. That speed is essential for mitigating the primary inconvenience of electric road trips. Step inside, and the Scandinavian influence is immediately apparent. Minimalist, clean, and tactile. The focus on ergonomics for the driver is superb, with Recaro-designed seats that are supportive yet comfortable for multi-hour drives. For rear passengers, comfort is surprisingly prioritized, despite the coupe profile. The lack of a rear window allowed designers to push the back of the cabin further, creating impressive headroom. Moreover, a clever footwell cutout in the battery pack underneath the rear seat means passengers don't suffer from the knees-up position common in many performance EVs. They even get reclining seats, ventilation, and massage functions available. While the rear trunk space is modest at 13 cubic feet, the folding seats and 2 cubic foot frunk add welcome versatility. However, the minimalism has a trade-off. The infotainment system, anchored by a 14.5-inch vertical screen running Android Automotive, while intuitive, might feel a bit spare compared to rivals festooned with screens everywhere. It's a question of prioritizing pure functionality over digital flash. So, the Polestar 5 is clearly engineered for comfort and long-term durability. But what about the dollar and cents? Does this supercar-like construction and luxury equipment translate to better depreciation and long-term ownership value? And what about that missing rear window? Does it become a daily safety hazard? We will tackle those crucial questions next, along with our final verdict. We've established the Polestar 5 is built like a supercar, but how does that translate when the rubber hits the road? The moment you push that 884 horsepower performance pedal, the numbers disappear. This heavy GT doesn't just accelerate, it launches with a silent, relentless thrust that pins you to the seat, achieving 60 miles per hour in a blinding 3.1 seconds. The power is undeniable, but that's not the surprise. The turning point is the ride quality. Many high-horsepower EVs feel brittle and firm, but the bespoke aluminum chassis and the MagneRide adaptive dampers work in perfect harmony. In comfort mode, the Polestar 5 truly excels as a grand tourer. It glides over poor road surfaces with a maturity and isolation that rivals the best German luxury sedans. It's stable, quiet, and effortlessly composed, delivering the long-distance comfort your demographic demands. Polestar didn't compromise handling for speed. They found the sweet spot between agility and genuine executive refinement. However, that radical choice to remove the rear window creates the one major functional compromise. The digital camera rearview mirror is sharp and provides a wide field of view, but for many drivers, especially those 45 to 65 plus accustomed to traditional optics, the constant refocusing between the road and the screen is mentally fatiguing. Worse, if the exterior camera gets covered in rain, snow, or road grime, your only rearward view is blocked. It's a risk of form over function that demands consideration. The Polestar 5 smashes expectations on structural quality and comfort, but throws a major wrench into the daily driving ritual. So, with its incredible build, competitive range, and one clear, controversial drawback, who should actually sign the check for this high-end EV? Let's talk price, value, and the final verdict. So, what is the final verdict on the Polestar 5? It succeeds in its mission to be a true Scandinavian grand tourer. This car is built with engineering integrity that matches the best in the business. The bonded aluminum structure delivers rock-solid build quality and a serene, composed comfort for long-range cruising that rivals the Mercedes EQS, not the hyper-focused athleticism of a Porsche Taycan. The Polestar 5's ultimate strength is its focus on the driver and four passengers over flash, the spacious rear seat, the intuitive Google OS, and the 800-volt charging speed that makes 350-mile road trips genuinely practical. However, the cost of that stunning design is the primary drawback: the missing rear window. For our audience, that switch to a camera feed is a significant ergonomic hurdle that impacts familiarity and daily usability. Who should buy this car? Go for the Polestar 5. Dual motor. This is the smart purchase. It offers the longest estimated range, 350 plus miles, a still blistering 748 horsepower, and you retain the exceptional build quality, comfort tuning, and ultra-fast charging, all at a price point likely to offer the best defense against long-term depreciation when compared to the top-tier performance trim. The Polestar 5 is for the experienced luxury buyer, the one who has owned a high-end German sedan and is ready for something bolder, more sustainable, and uncompromisingly well-engineered. If you value unique Scandinavian design and the silent, solid comfort of a truly rigid chassis, above all else, the Polestar 5 delivers a level of refinement that finally brings Polestar into the executive class. But what do you think? Could you live with the camera-only rearview mirror for the sake of that incredible design and comfort? Let me know in the comments below. If this review helped you decide, please take a second to like this video and subscribe for more in-depth reviews on build quality, comfort, and depreciation. We'll see you next time.